I never believed in magic. Not the card trick kind, not the fairy tale kind, and definitely not the swallow this capsule and watch your life unravel kind. But that was before the pills. Before the softening. Before the glow. Before the changes. Before the version of me I never even imagined existed slowly emerged from beneath the surface of the person I thought I was. And before I learned that one tiny decision can rewrite an entire identity. The first moment everything shifted was so small, so stupid, so ordinary, that I didn't even realize how irreversible it was. I had bought the pills from a night market stall, the kind lit with flickering candles and hand-painted signs, and an old woman who stared at me like she already knew my secrets. I don't know why I stopped. I don't know why I listened. Maybe the universe had plans I didn't understand yet. Stress relief, she had said, pushing a tiny velvet pouch into my hand. Inner alignment. Outer harmony. You need it. I should have walked away. Instead, I paid. That morning, I swallowed one pill, just one, washed it down with cold water, and laughed at myself. Who buys magic pills? Who believes in transformation? Who thinks anything in life changes instantly? Apparently, me. Because 2 hours later, when I stepped out of the shower and wiped the fog off the mirror, I froze. Not because the reflection wasn't me, but because it was, to me, like a filtered version of myself. Like someone had taken my face and smoothed the edges, softened the lines, erased the roughness. My cheekbones looked subtly lifted. My skin looked airbrushed. My lips were pinker? Okay, calm down, I whispered. It's lighting. Just lighting. But lighting didn't explain the eyelashes. Or the slight inward taper of my jaw. Or the fact that my hair, somehow, fell differently, framing my face in a softer, rounder way. And then it hit me. The pill. I grabbed the pouch, spilling the rest onto the counter. Tiny. Opalescent. Iridescent. Not vitamins. Not supplements. Not anything from this world. My heart pounded. What did I take? I wanted to ignore it. Pretend it was in my head. Pretend nothing was happening. But life doesn't let you pretend for long. The first sign was at work. I walked into the office, expecting the usual blend of boredom and fluorescent misery, but instead, people looked at me. Not glanced. Not nodded. Looked. My coworker Hannah squinted at me like she was inspecting a diamond. Did you do something? She asked. Something like what? I choked. I don't know, skincare? Haircut? You just look different. Different. That word again. I tried to laugh it off, but every time I passed a reflective surface, a window, a monitor, even the metal of the coffee machine, my reflection grabbed me. Held me. Confused me. I looked like myself. But not the self I knew. Softer. Brighter. Almost pretty? The word made my stomach twist. Pretty. Was I supposed to look pretty? During lunch, it got worse. I caught 2 co-workers whispering. Honestly, he looks kinda cute lately. Right? Almost? I don't know. Softer. Like, don't say it. Like a girl? My fork slipped from my hand. My heart hit the floor. I wasn't trying to be cute. Or soft. Or feminine. This was a mistake. A side effect. A magical disaster swallowing my life. But no matter how much I tried to deny it, the changes kept happening. My voice, just slightly, had a new tone. My movements felt lighter. My posture naturally shifted. Each tiny change felt like a stranger rearranging the furniture inside my body. And I couldn't stop it. I lasted 3 days before curiosity destroyed my self-control. 3 days of softer features. 3 days of subtle curves forming where curves shouldn't be. 3 days of waking up feeling like my skin was silkier, my waist narrower, my hands slimmer. 3 days of denying it. But on the night of the 3rd day, I cracked. I stood in my bedroom, door locked, heart pounding, staring at my reflection again. And for the first time, instead of fear, I felt wonder. The softness in my eyes. The gentle slope of my face. The almost delicate structure beginning to emerge. I reached into my closet. My hands shook. I pulled out an oversized hoodie, soft, pastel, something my sister once left behind. I slipped it on. And the breath left my lungs. Because it didn't look wrong. It didn't look forced. It didn't look like a costume. It looked like it fit me. Perfectly. And that terrified me more than anything. What are you doing? I whispered to myself. But my body moved anyway. I found an old lip balm, just clear, nothing special, and applied it. Instantly, my lips looked fuller, glossier, inviting. My chest fluttered. My breath hitched. Heat rushed through me. This wasn't me. I wasn't supposed to look like this. I wasn't supposed to like this. But I did. And I hated that I did. I sat on my bed, hands shaking, trying to breathe through the storm inside me. Am I changing, or am I uncovering something I never dared to see? By the end of the week, the pill's magic had fully taken hold. My face had reached an almost ethereal softness. My body had shifted in ways that couldn't be explained by anything logical. My voice, gentler. My walk, lighter. And the world responded. Cashiers smiled at me differently. People held doors for me longer. Strangers complimented me. You have such a nice aura. Your hair is gorgeous. You're glowing. Me. Glowing. The universe must have been laughing. Because one weekend afternoon, I made the boldest decision yet. I left the house, dressed softly. A pastel sweater. Slim jeans. A scarf I'd never worn before. Hair falling naturally in a way that framed my face beautifully. I told myself it was an experiment. A test. But the moment I walked into the cafe, eyes turned. Not judgmental eyes. Not mocking eyes. Warm. Curious. Gentle. The barista smiled at me, really smiled, and said, "What can I get for you, miss?" Miss. The word hit me like lightning. I should have corrected him. I didn't. I froze. He saw my panic and apologized instantly. "Oh. Sorry. You just have a really soft look. My bad." But the word lingered in the air. And part of me, a part one didn't want to acknowledge, liked how it felt. Magic is never free. By the 10th day, my transformation reached a point where hiding wasn't easy anymore. My waist had a defined curve. My shoulders looked narrower. My face? If you saw it, you wouldn't think guy having a glow-up. You'd think, she. It happened at work, the moment everything came crashing down. I walked in, trying to act normal, wearing neutral clothes, hair tied back, no softness added on purpose. But it didn't matter. Because everyone could see it now. My boss pulled me aside. His voice gentle. Concerned. Confused. "Are you going through something? Do you need time off?" Time off. As if I could take a vacation from my own reflection. I shook my head, but my throat tightened, my eyes burned, my hands trembled. I wasn't ready. Not to explain. Not to lie. Not to admit the truth I didn't fully understand myself. And that was when I made the decision. I left. Walked out. Straight home. Straight to the velvet pouch. Only 2 pills left. I held them in my hand. Stopping now might reverse everything. Or it might leave me stuck halfway. Or it might do nothing. Continuing would push me past the point of no return. My heart pounded. My reflection watched me. Half me. Half someone new. Half someone beautiful. "Who are you?" I whispered. And the reflection, softer, gentler, glowing, seemed to whisper back. "Maybe someone you were meant to become." I swallowed the pill. The final transformation was nothing short of magical. Over the next 24 hours, the changes accelerated. My voice settled into something melodic. My body completed its impossible shift. My face blossomed into a soft, delicate beauty that felt unreal yet deeply familiar. For the first time, the reflection didn't look like a stranger. It looked like me. Not the me I was told to be. Not the me I hid behind. Not the me I clung to out of fear. But the me I felt quietly, deeply, secretly aligned with, even if I never had the courage to admit it. And when I stepped outside the next morning, dressed in clothes that felt natural, hair falling perfectly, body moving in harmony, people didn't stare. They smiled. They saw me. Not a mistake. Not a glitch. Not a transformation experiment. Just me. Maybe magic doesn't give you what you want. Maybe it gives you what you didn't know you needed. Looking back now, I don't think the pills changed me. I think they revealed me. Peeled away the layers of expectations. Softened the armor I wore for years. Cleared the fog between who I was and who I could be. Magic didn't rewrite my identity. It uncovered it. And maybe that's the real transformation, not the softness in my face, not the curves in my body, not the voice I speak with now. But the courage to finally recognize myself. And the strength to live as the person I once thought I'd never be allowed to become. I woke up the next morning and the sunlight streaming through my window didn't feel the same. Normally, mornings were neutral, uneventful, predictable. But today, everything felt magnified, amplified. Every ray of light seemed to brush my skin differently, every sound vibrated closer to my chest. I reached up to push my hair behind my ear, and my fingers brushed against a softness I couldn't remember having before. My reflection in the glass of the nightstand was startling. My lips, fuller, glistening with a faint sheen from last night's experiments. My cheeks, somehow rounder, warmer, almost alive. And my eyes, they weren't just awake, they were watching me, appraising me like I had stepped into a body that belonged to someone else. I flinched. Not again. Not today, I muttered. My voice cracked just enough to betray me. I sounded lighter, softer, a fraction higher than usual, and my chest tightened. I couldn't breathe properly without noticing the gentle curve of my body beneath the oversized sweater I'd slept in. The pills weren't done with me yet. Work felt like walking through a hall of mirrors. Everyone's glance seemed sharper, more pointed. I tried hiding behind baggy shirts, keeping my posture stiff, shoulders broad. But it was impossible. My body didn't respond the way it used to. Even my hands, delicate now, betrayed me with their softer movement as I typed. It was humiliating. Or, thrilling? I wasn't sure anymore. Every compliment I received, or thought I received, made my heart hammer and my stomach curl in ways I couldn't explain. At lunch, my coworker Max leaned over, whispering, "Man, you're looking different. Not bad, just lighter? Softer?" His words made me freeze mid-bite. My fork clattered onto my plate. I wanted to disappear, run somewhere dark, pull the hoodie over my head and vanish. Yet when I looked at the reflection in my phone screen, I caught a glimpse of what Max meant. My face, softer, glowing, almost delicate in its contours. My lips, pinker. My hair falling in perfect waves that framed my face. My chest rising and falling with a subtle curve. I couldn't hide it anymore, not even from myself. That night, locked in my bedroom, I faced my reflection again. The mirror didn't just reflect me, it interrogated me. I could feel the pulse of something growing inside me, a version of myself I had ignored, denied, and buried beneath years of habit and fear. I pulled out the small pouch of pills. Only a few left. I remembered the old woman's eyes at the market, wide and knowing, like she had seen centuries unfold in a single glance. Inner alignment. Outer harmony. She hadn't lied. The pills were magic, yes, but it wasn't just the body, they were coaxing out something already inside me, waiting for permission. I hesitated, fingers brushing over the tiny capsules. One more. One final transformation. I swallowed, heart hammering like a drum in a storm. Within minutes, warmth flooded through me. My posture softened naturally, my hips curved just enough to feel unfamiliar yet right. My chest lifted subtly, the gentle swell unmistakable. My hands, my lips, my face, all betraying the person I was slowly becoming. The following day, I ventured outside fully dressed in a soft, flowing outfit that clung gently to my new curves. I felt exposed, vulnerable, alive. The city didn't judge me, it reflected me. People smiled, glanced, and some even held doors a second longer than usual. At the cafe, the barista greeted me with, "Miss," and I didn't flinch, didn't correct him. My heart leapt, but not from embarrassment. From acknowledgement. Someone had seen me, and I existed fully in their gaze. It wasn't just the outside world that noticed. Friends, once casual, suddenly seemed aware. My best friend, Aaron, stopped by unannounced. He studied me silently, then said gently, "You're different. Happier? Softer? More, you?" I laughed nervously, brushing my hair behind my shoulder. "I don't even know what I am anymore." He smiled, warm and patient. "Maybe you're exactly what you're supposed to be." Weeks passed. The transformation wasn't just skin deep. I started exploring who I was in this new form. Soft clothes, makeup, hairstyles that I had never dared try. Each small victory, blending foundation flawlessly, learning the right eyeliner stroke, the perfect voice inflection, felt like discovering secret doors inside me. Every step in heels, every turn of my wrist, every glance in a mirror was a conversation with myself I'd never had before. And yet, with every new confidence, a pang of fear lingered. What if the magic wore off? What if I woke up tomorrow and this wasn't me? What if the world rejected me when they saw the full version of what I was becoming? Then came the moment of confrontation. At work, my body no longer allowed me to hide. My face, my figure, my voice, all undeniable now. I caught someone taking a second look. Whispering. Curiosity. I could no longer pretend to be the person I was before. And in that instant, I made a choice. I would embrace the new me. Fully. Completely. No hesitation. It was terrifying. Exhilarating. Liberating. I left work early, hands shaking, heart racing. I passed the mirror in the hallway, and for the first time, I smiled at her. Not the me that used to exist, not the version of me I had tried to cling to for safety, but her. The soft, glowing, delicate person staring back, me, finally recognized. Over the following days, I claimed my identity. Not just in private rooms, not just with the pills, but in the world. People noticed. Some asked questions. Some whispered. But my confidence, my alignment, my acknowledgement of my own existence silenced any criticism I imagined. At a small gathering with friends, dressed in a flowing pastel dress and hair cascading naturally over my shoulders, someone leaned close and whispered, "You look amazing." I smiled. Not for them. Not for anyone. But because I could finally see myself the way I was meant to be seen. And it felt like flying. The pills had started it, yes. But the real magic wasn't in the capsules. It was in me. In courage. In self-recognition. In acceptance. Now, when I look in the mirror, I don't see someone taken over by magic. I see someone who was always here, always waiting, always ready to step into the light. And that is the transformation I'll never forget.